Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are going to just start off with some Vintage Cube. You got Mock Sapphire, it's pretty good. Ocelot Pride, a really good card. Bristly Bill, Mana Leak, one of my favorite cards of all time. Cutdown's pretty good, removal, Odawara. Don't really know what's going to wheel in this. Balance usually wheels because no one actually plays a balance deck. But balance is lands, creatures, and cards in hand. Doesn't say artifacts. So maybe. Depends what we do. But obviously we have to take Mark Sapphire. It's power. Okay. Narset. We did really well with Narset last time. The Riddler. This is a new card from Edge of Eternity's ETB draw card. As long as you have one or fewer cards in your hand, if you were to draw one or more cards, draw that many plus one. So, does some nice stuff. It's a very control-y card. Narset Partner Fails is just really good. Restricted in Vintage. It's really good. Exhume Reanimator is just always there. The most powerful thing to do here is cast Narset on turn 2, which right now we can do. Ponder fits what we're doing. Urza's Saga finds mocks, so is card advantage and mana advantage, and makes guys. It's really hard that this doesn't automatically. Yeah, I have to take her Saga. It's really good. I really do like Ponder. Green Sun Zenith. No. These aren't our colors. I could see Saheeli wheeling, and I could see the Squadron wheeling, but other than that, and if you're playing a sub game, this is another reanimate, and this is a reanimation target. But no, we're taking Urza Saga every day of the week. Portal to Phyrexia, really good card. Duelist of the Mind, Nathan Stoyer. Manamorphose is definitely more of a combo card. Thundertrap Trainer, that can either be combo or control. It finds something, and if you have a lot of mana, it can find 2 somethings. So I like that. I also like Enduring Innocence. My Sycophant mine wants Wrath of God to wheel, but we shall see. If you're playing the sub game, Archon or Bayou for reanimation targets, but I'm kind of okay taking this Creeping Tar Pit manlands, especially if we get like some Wraths, some removal, just like does something. I wouldn't hate being in Jeskai though for some energy, but no, Creeping Tar Pit's just fine what we want. Yeah, dude, you gotta take Broko. We can be in Sultai, we can be in Bug. Sounds pretty cool. And if you're playing the sub game, through the Breach. But no, Oko. How is this card even still in? This card must have had Black Lotus in it, this pack. If we're doing Bug, then Bloodstained Mire. Retrofitter Foundry finds everything that we want. It makes creatures, it makes artifacts, it is found off of Urza Saga. I think Retrofitter Foundry is exactly what I want. This is an unpopular opinion, but I think that the Sedgemoor Witch combo is really good. It's in our colors. Obviously, if this was to be the Bayou over here, because that was before we were Bug, I think I would take Generous Ent, but you never want to pass up a 2-card combo in Cube. It's very powerful. Cut Down is really good. What is this card? Whenever this creature attacks, you may have the base and power of it become XX, where X is this power's creature. Okay, that's not horrible. It's just not as good as Cut Down. I could totally see this card being playable. 3 mana 4/4. That's pretty good. Do I get Grist for removal? I think the answer is no. I think I'm going to take it anyways just because it's a good card. Screw it, I guess. Like if Reanimator is going to be like secretly open, no, we're not going to be greedy. If we're doing Reanimator stuff, I should have taken the Bayou, honestly, but I just think that Exalted is really, really, really good. But this deck is, yeah, we're not gonna deprive somebody of taking a land. All right, what's the last pick? Something. Yeah, definitely gonna not play that one. Tilda Lockhart? Tilda? Tifa, whatever. Okay. Leovold, pretty good. Blooming Marsh, pretty good. Tameo. Tameo's good if we... Tameo's good if we get, like, Time Walk or, like, a broken spell with it. Not what we have right now. I think Leovold wheels because it's 3 colors. Blooming Marsh is in our colors, but it's not pack oneable. I think we might bop to the top. I do like Jace, but triple blue is really hard, though it's getting easier with all of these dorks, and maybe that wheels. Watery Grave is there. Starting Town is really good. Pest Infestation is really good. Burning Catacombs is kind of what we want, though. It is in our colors. I think I just get that. Not playing it safe, but being a little conservative with some of these picks because we're hoping. Okay. I like Uro and I like Duress. I think Uro is much more powerful than Duress. I think Uro wheels less than Duress. Other cards that I could think of picking are the Voidwalker. There's no way that I'm playing Doomsday, no matter how cool it would be. Cards that I think wheel, Cankerbloom, Pentad Prism, but I think Uro is really, really strong. Recurring Nightmare is really good. Witchclaw, Witherbloom Apprentice. So all we need is the Chain of Smog, and we have multiple parts of the combo. I do think Witherbloom does wheel, but we already have the Sedgemoor Witch, so why push luck? Brazen Bar was really good. I wouldn't even take a Bountiful Landscape. Consider is really good in the Doomsday that we just passed. Vivi Ornithopter, fantastic card. This fixes us. I would really, really, really want Shieldred's Edict to wheel. I just don't think Zagoth Triumph wheels more than Shieldred's Edict with 4 picks left. Mana Confluence is really good. Concealing Curtain's okay. Walking Closet, Forgotten Cellar. So it's either a Yawgmoth's Will or a Crucible of Worlds, so I can play lands from my yard. Or for that turn only, I can cast spells from the yard. Yeah, I think Mana Confluence, I think I'd rather be more confident in casting spells. Chain of Smog, there it is. So we do have one full sector of the combo, which is it is fantastic. I'm so happy we have one full combo. And this is Coalition. Okay. I have a friend who's very high on this card, so I'm going to take it specifically for him. But also, none of the other cards are castable right now. So we're going to take Coalition Relic. Okay. Do I take Leovold as a secondary to Narset? Or do I take Blooming Marsh to guarantee some lands? Or do I take Jace? Or do I take the Uvenwald Oddity? I think I take Leovold because the card is busted. It has two things. Bug is really hard, but if I can, like, do something... Okay. I think I take Oath of Druids here, but I'm never going to play Oath of Druids. I have so many creatures. Look at this. Jotzi Voidwalker is a playable Magic card. Okay. So this is a fetch land that gets me 2 of the lands that I want. Consider just like digs me deeper. I think I can do that. I don't think I'm playing Life Death anymore, which is fine. I don't really need to play Reanimator. I have a different tempo deck. This is a very Cultivation Kid style of deck. Drafting a lot of lands and just having very mid-rangey BS in the middle to just kind of do that. I don't have anything larger than a 3-drop, which I honestly think is going to work more in my advantage, because if you miss land drops, you lose. So if you only have something that's like 4 or 5 mana, one thing, Lava Spur Boots can be found off of the Urza Saga. So that sounds pretty good to me. I just don't know if this is... Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we have things to reanimate. So there might be a side plan. Okay. If somebody who has Doomsday in this pile is going to be very happy. I think this is tough because Force of Will would be our 5-drop. I think we just... How many blue cards do I actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that's going to be worth it to play Force of Will if I can't actually cast it that consistently. Fimage, at least if I'm playing against a Reanimator Sneak and Show deck, I can just kind of like do something about it. Oh, I like Counterspell, but double blue seems rough, he says after first picking a Narset, or second picking. Leave me alone, it was minutes ago. No, I think I'm going to take Deathrite Shaman. I really want to take Counterspell, and I think Crabomination Wheels for this, like, plan B. But Deathrite Shaman, very good card, kind of something that you need to get rid of. And Loot Tree is just always good. I'm just like, I don't have enough good things to Loot Tree. Like, ooh, I'm going to get an extra copy of Chain of Smog. Okay. Misty Rainforest. Very good card. Yeah, this is sick. I think white wheels, and it might be worth getting white on the wheel But yeah, I think I just do that. Emperor of Bones is also a very good Magic card. Can't be blocked. Deals damage to a player he connives. Transform it with colors I don't really have. Mana Confluence not counting. I do like Emperor of Bones. I like Mystic Confluence as a Magic card. I'm just not. If that's my 5-drop, like, I think that I have selected the wrong deck. Chromox is pretty good. Spellseeker finds Chain of Smog. Spellseeker finds Chain of Smog. What more do I need? A Surveil Land. That is something that I need. Not need, but... What is Polygon? I've heard this card before. Enters, draw a card for each power creature you control with toughness greater than power. Azorius Hybrid, target creature... okay, sure. That's a fun commander card, I guess. Okay, so I was talking shit about Mystic Confluence. Jace the Mind Sculptor is another game ender. I don't really have like ways to win the game necessarily, besides like Okoing my opponent to death. But having Jace the Mind Sculptor will definitely help. Okay. Fallen Shinobi is more of a 4-drop. Collective Brutality is okay. I do need to have a more aggressive plan to win some of these games. Yes, Fatal Push is removal. We need removal. We are going to take Crebomination for this weird sub-game that I've been playing the entire match. Sure. Oh, okay. Do I take Show and Tell? Because then I can Show and Tell in something. The thing is that what I'm Show and Telling in, I could just cast instead. So I'd rather just cast them. Show and Tell is just like if you had an Atraxa, a Grizzlebrand, a anything. Sure, I'll pick Channel because it is at least green. I'm trying to pick Channel. I'm Hex Shrinker. That's definitely a Magic card. Thieving Skydiver, again, very high on. Berserk, fantastic. I'm not playing Berserk. All right, we're making a deck. Yeah, we're just gonna make a deck over here. So Fallen Shinobi is, in all intents and purposes, a 4-drop because if I'm casting Fallen Shinobi, something has severely gone wrong. So I have 3 targets for my Urza Saga. So the only thing is I like that Bloodsheath Thirst destroys Planeswalkers as well. I'm going to keep Fatal Push anyways. Concealing Curtains do not need Channel. I thought we already talked about this. We're not playing. Coalition Relic. How many? I have 3 dorks. No, thank you. I'm at 32 right now. No, that can't be right. 33 minus 8 is 25. Yes. So that's how math works. I think, unfortunately, Grist must go. And so I need one more to actually... So Bloodsheath... So Fimage becomes Spellseeker, Fallen Shinobi, another Sedgemoor Witch. I mean, I could be a Leovold if I really wanted to. Could be a white. I think I'm actually taking white out. Even though I wanted it to wheel, I think that this is just better. So this is the deck right now. And then I have this sideboard option of doing this. Crab Abomination is really good and kind of funny, and I do have like all of this stuff. I really did draft within my colors. It's easy when you're drafting 60% of the colors that exist. So black is going to be hard. Blue is going to be hard. Blue is going to be hard. So there's 3 cards in which it's difficult to cast, but I have a Triome, a Mana Confluence, 2 fetch lands, and another tapped duel. I legitimately think that is fine. If you don't think it's fine, let me know in the comments or DM me on Instagram at CultivationKid. But I for sure believe in my heart that this is a castable deck that if I get 2/4 mana, I can cast every single card in my deck because I'm not casting Fallen Shinobi. I will say that right now. I am not casting Fallen Shinobi. Cut to me casting Fallen Shinobi in like round 3, but I'm not casting Fallen Shinobi unless it's the only card in my hand. That is the thing. If it is like the only card in my hand that is not a land, and I would lose the game if I weren't to, but Fallen Shinobi is not castable. Fallen Shinobi is ninjutsuable. So we're going to save this. This is our deck. I'll see you in round 1. All right, round 1. We lost the die roll because we're bad at the game. This is a keeper. This, even though we're on this gets all of our colors right away. So the hardest card to cast on the deck is Leovold. We can cast Leovold on rate. So that's pretty fine. We're also going to start with an Underground Mortuary, depending on what we draw. If we draw a fetch land, that might change, but I think we have our 2 fetchable duels. Well, duel and Triumph. Does that change anything? It doesn't change anything. We're also going to surveil. We're a surveil-y bunch over here. We don't need a 5th land, if I'm going to be completely honest. So, surveil. And we'll see. We have Fatal Push for if they have anything. Strip Mine, there we go. Well, if that's what they're going to do, hopefully it's not really, but yeah, we're going to try to play Emperor of Bones on turn 2 and get rid of this Strip Mine, because even if they have a Crucible of Worlds, oh my god, not what I want. I do not need to be strip locked out of. Yep, you can play lands from the yard. So that is the Emperor Bones says card. So we definitely read the room. So we're going to enter the bone zone. And then we're going to say bye-bye. Bye-bye to Strip Mine. Gone forever. So, nice try, nerd. But we have out-nerded you. It's a good plan, honestly. And I don't know if I have too much more graveyard removal. But Sowing Mycospawn, it's not kicked, so they're just going to find something. Cool. That's very fun. Hopefully it's another Surveil land. But they could Fatal Push my Emperor Bones. Cut down, same thing. I could also Fatal Push their Sowing Mycospawn if I really, really wanted to. See, I don't want to take 4. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to Fatal Push the Mycospawn, and then we're going to cast a 1/2. Nothing. Oh yeah. Well, it happens sometimes. Next turn, We can play Uro, or we can play Narset. Narset tries to find the Chain of Smog, and then we can Chain of Smog after that. I really like that plan. Thunder Trap Trainer was going to try to do that, so we can do that next turn. But it is what it is. This card we played against it last time, but in case you didn't, 6 sun counters when you sacrifice a land, in which they do have the Verdant Catacombs to at least sack a land every time. So that's awesome. So they get a tapped 4/4 whenever they choose to fetch. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That is a good card. I do think that Narset is more important to try to find this Chain of Smog. Okay, this is also pretty good. Yep. He's gonna do a counter. Okay. But it's a blocker because he's gonna attack for 5 at Narset. So we're gonna hope if Narset is alive, we're gonna down tick Narset, try to find the Chain of Smog, and then just try to bash. If they had a removal, it should have been now, because now that damage doesn't go through and it's not trample. Barrowglyph, pretty good. Not gonna lie, especially my Urza Saga not helping me out, but okay, land. Barocco. And pick Oko. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six says do this. Play Uro to try to draw it. Okay. We don't let them know that it's there. We play Oko, and we Oko the Barrowglyph. Because then they have an Oko to deal with, and then they'll have no idea about the combo. So, Barrowglyph is just a 3/3, and that's fine. They did show us cut down, so they do have removal potentially, but how much damage do they actually have? 3. Okay. So like they have a ton, but still Barrowglyph, even without Oko, there is, and they have to commit multiple resources to Oko. Okay. This is a really cool deck. And they have 1 card left in hand. And they can play the Catacombs. Yep. Okay. $12, $15. So, do they have another land? Oh, okay. They can just untap 12. Yeah, they can kill me right now. Okay, so we assembled the... So we probably should have Oko'd the Baloth. I didn't know if they had enough mana, I guess, and I also didn't know about this. So they're just full on combating me. $12 and 12 is 24. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. They should leave back 1. Okay. Yeah, I think that this is a loss, but it's very close. I think we were on the same 40. This was very close. If I had Oko'd the Baloth instead, less would have happened to me. So that is a mistake on my part. But the Baragorn did seem like a problem. I just didn't know how many untaps he could have had. And that kitty was pretty good on his as well. And that's okay. All right, we're going to go first. Okay. So we're going to surveil. We have so many finds right now. I'm surveilling away. Would I like to draw a forest? Not particularly. Every Magic card is a song. So, forest, hierarch, we know this. Thundertrap Trainer? Non-creature. Okay, well, let's start surveilling. Let's surveil that away. Love. Lotus for boots. Retrofitter. Next turn, we can make a guy equip it, and it has haste and ward. Deep Cavern Bats. I think they take Thundertrap Trainer. If they think Chain of Smog is that big of a deal, okay. But they know 3 cards in my hand. These are very different. There we go. They think that I have the combo in the deck, and they're right. They're going to hit me for 1. Okay. I think I correctly have to do Dothy, then Thundertrap Trainer. Because they've shown me that their graveyard works very well. And no hits. Well, that's okay. Next turn, I'm thinking Lava for Boots on here, but at least this is like advantage. Like there's something to do with my hand. But I have more mana than them. They can attack with the Deep Cavern Bats and start gaining 2 every life. Okay. Yep. That's what Ward would have potentially prevented. And the Cub. And do they have the Catacombs? Yep. So they needed to kill. Okay. Oh, I see. And then they start gaining a ton of life. Yep. I think all of my removal deals with Deep Cavern Bats. Except Cut Down. Okay, well. It's a 3/3 that's about to be a 4/4. Gain him 4 life. So. Okay. Damage. Image could be something. I'd rather that be a deep cavern bat, I guess. Because then I can at least look at their hand and prepare for the worst. Because then okay. Well, I get that ETB. What's your one card in hand? Mind Twist? Sure. I think I'm going to equip here. Oh, Fimage. Well, that's not the game, but that's the game. I completely forgot about Fimages. See, this is what happens when you don't read the entirety of your cards. I'm going to play it out, but that was the Magic card game. It's going to attack for 6. I'll go to 9. Yep. That's the game. All right, game 2. Lost the die roll again. Small mistake but we do have a turn 1 Thunder Trap Trainer. And then, yeah, turn 1 Thunder Trap Trainer, turn 2 Uro. So, turn 3, we potentially have a Fallen Shinobi coming in. Who knows? Let's check it out. All right, because we don't want to get wastelanded because we're cowards. Okay, 3rd time, no hits. It's okay. We have an Uro next turn. So, who's to say? Who's to say anything? 4 is cycling. Okay, so they don't have a lot of lands in hand. Quite possibly the land that they're tutoring for is the only one that they get. Okay, and they played a Ketra Triumph. All right, well, Urza Saga, if only soon. Uro is going to get this Verdant Catacombs into play. We gain some life, and then here we go. Sedgemoor Witch, well, you know what? Potentially. We're going to F0 Territorial Kavu. It is a 5/5. That sounds okay to me. We almost have all of our basic food groups. So what we're going to do is we are going to black, have an unblockable friend, and not cast anything else. And we have a nice blocker for this 5/5. So all we gotta do is watch out for Leyline Binding, but we do have an online Fallen Shinobi possibility going on. very big fan of what they're doing. So they're going to potentially discard something. They can exile a card from my graveyard. They're going to discard. They're going to get rid of Uro. They're smart. That's a smart play. So we block with Thundertrap Trainer. And then hopefully they play nothing and we get a Fallen Shinobi. Okay, landfall. Whenever you control... Okay, that is something. However, Emperor of Bones. Cool. Alright. We are going to attack. We're going to go to blocks. To which I have something. Returning this unblocked friend. Then we're going to hit you in the face. What are we going to vindicate? Well, I'm definitely going to cast this. And then what do I get rid of? I think I just get rid of... So they have Forest, Island, Mountain, Forest, Plains, Swamp. So they have everything. I think I just get rid of this Catcher Triome. Yeah, because that's the thing that makes it the biggest difference. And then we have a World Spine Worm that they have to deal with. So deal with this 15/15 with Trample. And then when this dies, I make 3 things. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sideboarding. Alright. Just because it hasn't been really castable yet, let's just try it. The switch out. Just because killing something seems powerful and we have ways to kill something. Because it's not like Thundertrap Trainer is going to be of much value once I kill it. Once I cast it. Not kill it. I'm not going to kill it. They're going to kill it. They're going to kill my Thundertrap Trainer. Alright, we're going to keep this. Because turn 1, we're going to bop, 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 bop to the top. They have something in my upkeep? Oh, okay. Well, in multiple matches and multiple games, we've had parts of the combo, but just never at the same time or never when it was like castable. So there is a severe possibility that Ren in 6, it's going to kill my bird. Not my bird. Okay, well, I guess I deserve it for, like, winning the game last time. So, what are they going to do? What am I going to do? They have a stop in my upkeep. Can I stop doing that? But I'll be here all week. Or anywhere on YouTube. Alright. Thundertrap Trainer. It hasn't hit yet. It still could. Narset. Okay. Thundertrap Trainer hit Narset, which can hit not the other parts of the combo, which is fine. Mostly because next turn I can cast Deathrite, Lava Spur Boots, and equip the Deathrite with the Lava Spur Boots, so I don't have to worry 100% about it being eaten alive. A fetch land from either one of us. But mostly he's going to pick up his thing, so he has to figure out how to do that once this comes down. There we go. Okay. So it does exist. He has fetch lands confirmed after his brainstorm. Brainstorm Arid Mesa. I understand he's 5 colors. It's just 2 cards usually that don't go together. Yep. Pick it up. Put it down. I could have Death Raided last turn, but then I wouldn't have had this Narset that I'm not going to cast. So. Cut down. Well. We're definitely bugging right now. Gonna cast the boots. We're gonna equip said boots. And we're gonna swing at Ren and 6. So the next time that they have that, they can target their graveyard and they can target that card. They can target a fetch land, and Death Ray Shaman says, yum, 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 yum. And for Ren 6 to deal with it, they can't. Fatal Push. Okay. Like, I don't have anything for that, which sucks, but it does. It possibly takes them off a turn, which is all I really want and all I really need. Yeah, making them drawing either part of the combo would be awesome right now. Because I would love to not have to worry about them attacking me. But if not, Narset is a pretty nice card to have. Narset can find Mox, which can, with a Retrofitter, be nice. They are taking themselves. Eventually, they won't have vegetables, and they will just be lands. Yes, you are definitely allowed to do that. Whatever you like, my friend. Okay, Swamp. We're going to cast the Narset. We're going to activate the Narset. We're going to find out. And then, yeah, we're just going to keep attacking this Ren 6, and they're just going to have to deal with it. And then, I mean, they can hit Narset with a minus ability, but I think next turn, if I don't find part of the combo, I cast Oko, and I make this Thunder Trap Trainer a 3/3, and I just beat and delete the Ren 6 because, okay, didn't even have to do that. So 1-1, we'll see you in round 3. All right, round 3, let's try to end on a win. All right, well, we have some time. Mostly because we have a turn 2 bop, so we're gonna bop, 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 bop to the top. And then Git Probe, that's fine. So they know our hand currently. Mountain is not the land I was expecting. But we can... We can Uro, try to draw another land. We're not landless right now. Time Walk. Explorer, perhaps? So Get Probe, Time Walk, basic. Very fine. Suplex. Okay, sure. Yeah, this is odd. Alright. I feel comfortable getting a Surveil potentially at the end of their turn. Fatal Pushing, doing something. I just don't need to fetch right now. And they have 4 mana, 5 cards. I have 3 mana, 5 cards. So, sure. If they're gonna go to the end, I am too. I'm going to surveil where surveilling to the top. I truly believe that I can just sorcery speed do this. It didn't really matter that much. And then green, blue for Uro. We're going to gain some life. We're going to draw a card. We're going to potentially put a land down. Orcish Bowmasters. I mean, hey. Cool. Totally get it. We do have a Fatal Push if this Bowmasters starts to get out of control. But there we go. There we go. A nice Urza Saga for your troubles. And yeah, I don't know. I think there's not too much more that I have for draw besides Consider. And Consider is kind of just dumping stuff into the yard. I currently do not have green, blue. But there is a world in which I can re-get Uro. Because the Saga is eventually going to go away. And I can Fatal Push the Bowmasters. And then I have a 6/6 to their 2/2. Okay. So I have to kill the Psychic Frog. Duh. Grixis Frog is definitely a problem. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this here. And I'm still probably going to get rid of Frog. I'm going to see if they discard anything into Frog. Aether Spellbomb. Does that deal with the Witherbloom? Hideaway. Okay. Very interesting. I don't like the Aether Spellbomb. I would like them to do it right now instead. But I'm okay giving up the value of Urza Saga in order to kill a threat. Time Twister. Okay. I can't really do anything about that. What I can do is I can Phantasmal Image their Orcus Bowmasters on themselves. So yes, I'm going to lose a ton of life. So much life I'm going to lose right now. And I have to be okay with that. Yep, they deleted it, and that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I have to deal with this now. God. Slick shot show up. Yeah, if they show me like one thing. Yep. I'm dead. Wow. Well. We'll try. No, they showed us Time Twister, so maybe not Leovold. Let's just get rid of this Consider. It's not going to help us in a Bowmaster's race. Yes, I would love to go first. This is a very keepable hand. And Misty Rainforest. Because we can turn to enter the Bone Zone. Can they Time Walk right now? Oh. Okay, well. That's okay. I still want to do this. I still want to surveil. I would have kept that on top. Keep that on top. And we can either cut down something of theirs or Vivi. Yeah, but we can do that. On our turn. Cut down VV. Enter the Bone Zone. Get VV out of here. For sure. Even if they want to get rid of Emperor or Bones. Yep, they can totally get rid of that. Vivi stays exiled. And then here we go. Yep. So a little boring right now, but no, I'm gonna cast the Lava Spur Boots because I want it out for the Saga because they don't know what I have. The Saga is going to find a Mock Sapphire, and then we're going to start jacing, and then we can start bouncing their stuff. And if this is what they want to use their Aether Spellfall for instead of the combo, then that's fine. Yep. Totally fine, and it depends on what we draw. Okay. So I got rid of my 2 fetch lands, so Jace Brainstorm isn't fantastic. but this shirt feels fine to get. Get some mana. We'll have all the colors. And now it has ward and haste and a little bit of an advantage, and we're off to the races. Yeah, any creature that they play, well, besides that one, but we can always bounce, and then yeah, so they have 3 mana right now. That also helps with the Fallen Shinobi. Remand? Well, that's not very nice. I also don't think that was the card to remand. But we need a kill condition. Yes. Do not want to see that card right now. They drew a card deeper. All the cards in their deck are good. All the cards in both of our decks are good. That's why we drafted them. But currently I win this race because they have a Jace the Mind Sculptor to deal with, not just my life total. So they're gonna cycle with that. So they really have nothing in their hand right now. Psychic Frog. Okay. Okay. I am gonna brainstorm. Okay. Gonna put back this and this. Blame Mana Confluence. Look at this. We always learn from our mistakes. There we go. We learn from our mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, and others, but this is something that we need to... Okay. We have a Mana Confluence and we have a Fatal Push. We have a lot of turn 2 plays right now. Mana Confluence is a really good pick. They get probed, they know everything. They have perfect information. Playing Grixis, Frog. Oh my god. Yeah. They've had Mox Ruby the whole time. Yeah, we hide that little bit. I don't think they have Wastelanders Strip Mine, but they could, and that's fine too, because we'll work around that. So we definitely have on rate everything, and one more land casts our deck. So, yep, and we're going to 1000% Fatal Push that. don't need this in our lives. That thing gets annoying fast. I think this is where we Thunder Trap Trainer. Because we want them to bounce that. And they also know that card. So they don't know about these two cards. Lava Spur Boots. Okay. Bounce my 1-2. Make me play it again. Make me find the combo. The combo. Wombo. Psychic Frog. Okay, well, we have a problem. Okay. This is what we do. We have to do this anyways. Let's draw the Chain of Smog. Natty draw the Chain of Smog. Urza Saga is good enough. 1000%. Urza Saga will play just fine. We'll do Emperor Bones because then they'll have to waste it on that. So they're casting Chrome Mox, so they're going to exile another card from their hand, so they're going to end up with one card in hand. Then they're going to... Oh, okay, I see. Yes. We must kill the Psychic Frog. We must find out how to... Even though I kept the Third Saga on top, that's fine, because we're gonna block. Unless they bounce. If they bounce the Thunder Trap Trainer, that gives us a way to kill... That finds us stuff to kill the Psychic Frog with. And I think they're realizing that right now. Yeah, sure, it has flying. You got me. Yep. They now have one more card in hand. Which is delightful. Draw for turn. We knew this was coming. Urza Saga. Gonna play this guy. And we're gonna play this guy. Mostly because if they now want to have Psychic Frog have flying, they have to discard the majority of their hand. Which isn't a horrible idea. But now that we have Retrofitter Foundry, there's a world in which we have a block. Orcus Bowmasters. Okay, probably shouldn't have attacked them. But that's okay. And they block with the Orc Army. And there we go. They still have to dump their hand in order for that to fly. And I'm so fine if they want to dump their hand. Okay, now they have to dump less of their hand. But this This is not fantastic. And there are a couple of cards that we can draw. We have so much removal. Casting all of this stuff. Alright, well, we just died. Because they're going to ping us for a bunch. It's possible that we find something to kill the Psychic Frog with, at least. But they will also now have 7 new cards to dump into. But yes, we just lost. So, yep. GG's. Alright, I will see you back at the deck to talk. Okay, everybody. Well, the deck performed okay. Even though we went 1 and 2, I felt very confident in most of the gameplay. There was a couple plays that we could have done better with, but game 1, very close. Game 3, 1, 2, 3. Like, deck did what it was supposed to do. So, wasn't the end of the world, honestly. And I always have fun finish cubing. So, this is probably my last one of the season. I played a ton before I started recording. That's actually the reason I wanted to start recording. But, if you liked what you see, if you didn't like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. We want everybody to, see the growth. I'm gonna get better, I promise. I think I'm okay because I'm making these plays, but we're only gonna get better. Losing is just a way of growing. So, hope everyone joins the farm, and I'll see you the next time.